In this series of videos, we present to you 100 of the best wonders of India, though not in the order of ranking. Please share your top 3 in the comment section. The wheel of chariot of Konark Sun Temple was made and established in such a way that it works as a sundial. It can tell you the time. When you see the temple from outside during dawn or sunrise, you will notice that the chariot-shaped temple appears to be emerging from the depths of the blue sea, carrying the sun. One of the most intriguing sculpture is that of a giraffe, an animal that is not native of India. It indicates the awareness of the animal, if not its real presence in the region. Does it indicate trade links with Africa? And isn't it interesting to see a lady wearing a skirt in a 13th century Indian temple? Hampi was originally called Pampa Kshetra after Hindu deity Pampa, which is another name of goddess Parvati. The stone chariot of the Vijayavittala temple of North Hampi has become the icon of Hampi. But there are more surprises inside. Enter the gates of Vittala temple complex and step into the temple with musical pillars. You heard it right. When tapped softly at the right places, music emanates from these pillars. They gained popularity as Sarigama pillars. At the shores of the river Tungabhadra, there is a naturally formed cave which is said to be the place where Sugriva, the legendary monkey warrior from Ramayana, is believed to have lived. The Kailasa temple is notable for its vertical excavation. The work started at the top and progressed along the slope of the mountain, rolling down the large boulders split from the mountain using steel rod drills. The drill marks are still visible on the surrounding walls. There are several theories that aliens have carved this temple, as a vertical excavation of such a huge monolith seems impossible with the technology available at that time. Adding to that, the waste particles from the temples, which should be thousands of tons of rock, are not seen at least in a 50 kilometers radius. The other mysterious aspect of the temple is the underground tunnels, which are very narrow, at least 3 feet deep. It's impossible for humans to dig those tunnels. So, the question remains unanswered. Who dug them and what was their purpose? The Hoysaleswara Temple is full of intricately carved stone sculptures, inscriptions, and works of art. The temple has about 1,000 figures on the walls which depict scenes of Mahabharata and Ramayana. It is a soapstone reflection of the Hoysala architecture. The pillars inside the temple are perfectly carved as if they were lathe turned. The outer walls of this temple have intricate carvings. The temple has been described as an outstanding example of Hindu architecture. Rani-ki-vav is one of the most popular stepwells in India. It is designed like an inverted temple with 7 levels of stairs that are beautifully carved and sculpted with mythological and religious images. There are close to 800 sculptures carved on the inner walls of the stepwell. Beneath the last step of the well, there is a gate that leads to a 30-meter tunnel that opens to Sidhpur, a town close to Patan. Chittorgarh Fort is known to be the largest fort of India. It extends an area of 3 kilometers in length and a peripheral length of 13 kilometers, summing up to 700 acres of land. The fort covers 65 historic structures, which include 4 palaces, 19 large temples, 20 large water bodies, 4 memorials, and a few victory towers. The 2 towers of the fort depict the glorious past of the Rajput royals. These towers are named Vijay Stambh, meaning Tower of Victory, and Kirti Stambh, meaning Tower of Fame. Marco Polo, during his visit to the Kakatiya Empire, called the temple the brightest star in the galaxy of temples. The top of the Ramappa temple is made up of bricks that can float in water. Sweet musical sound can be heard if you tap the metal carvings with your fingers or hands. The iron pillar is an unbelievable piece of metallurgy known for its amazing resistance to corrosion. It has been rust-free for over 1600 years. The pillar is 7.5 meter tall and weighing around 6.5 tons and is made up of 98% wrought iron of pure quality. The Brahmi inscriptions carved in the pillar credits Gupta king Chandragupta to Vikramaditya. The engravings mention that the pillar was originally situated at a place called Vishnu Padagiri, and historians have known this place as modern-day Udayagiri. The Brihadeeswara Temple is a majestic piece of architecture which has no shadow in any season. It is the first complete granite temple in the world. The temple has the world's tallest tower or vimanam. Its capstone, the kumbam, is a single rock that weighs 81 tons. How could the builders of 11th century place the kumbam? The tall vimana is built using interlocking bricks, which means there was no binding material used, and it yet has survived the test of time and many earthquakes and floods. The famous bull and elephant illusion at Airavateswara Temple, Darasuram, is said to be the world's oldest optical illusion. A major attraction at the temple is the singing stairs or musical staircase of the temple. Tapping on these 7 steps produces 7 musical notes. The temple also contains several micro carvings which are 2 to 3 inches in size. Dilwara, near Mount Abu, Rajasthan, is a congregation of 5 Jain temples dedicated to 5 different Jain gurus. The temples were carved entirely out of white marble stone. The ceiling designs in the temple are some of the finest in the world. In order to get the finest carvings, the king paid artisans based on the quantity of dust collected from the stone carvings. The Chennakesava Temple at Belur is one of the grandest examples of the Hoysala architecture. A famous attraction is the gravity pillar, a 42-meter high lamp post or a pillar that stands on its own without any foundation. At regular intervals at the temple, one will notice several dancing madanikas or nymphs carved onto brackets on the wall. The most popular amongst these is the Darpan Sundari. Once you enter the temple, one thing that will amaze you are the numerous pillars of various designs. Most popular and intrinsic in terms of art is the Narasimha pillar.